Real estate is one of the best investments you can make in your lifetime, and also the riskiest.
Hi, my name is Joe Mondelli.
Hi, my name is Joe Mondelli.
I'm an interior designer, owner of April Elizabeth Designs.
And I've been renovating houses in South Florida over the past 20 plus years.
When you're a husband and wife team that combines interior design and renovation experience, you know the before and afters are going to be amazing. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. When it comes to real estate, experts say it's all about buying the worst home in the best location. Interior designer April Mondelli and her husband Joe Mondelli, who's a renovation expert, certainly know how to spot a diamond in the rough. They combine their talents to renovate a beachfront townhome, and today they're sharing with us all of their secrets so that your budget goes further if you're considering buying an investment property or even remodeling your own home.
I fix and flip properties for a living, so when somebody brought this property to me, I automatically brought it to April to take a look at and to give her design advice and to figure out if it was something to move forward on.
This 2,300 square foot beach townhome has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. It's been updated from top to bottom by April Mondelli and her husband Joe, who will show us their design approach when working with investment properties. April, so good to see you again. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Joe, how are you?
Great to be
Nice
here.
to meet you as well. So this property is unique because I saw all the before photos, and anyone else would have walked into this home and literally run back out. However, you really saw the potential in this space. Now, what was it about this specific property that you decided to join forces to really transform it, for that potential buyer in the future?
We've been renovating properties for many years together, and based on the location of the property and the price range, kind of determines what choices we make and the price of the materials that we use.
Especially with the higher end properties, it's good to have a designer. We're using higher end materials. We need to really pay attention to what we're doing.
Now, 2 of the biggest features at Sell a Home are kitchens and bathrooms.
Right.
Now, the kitchen behind us went through a complete transformation.
So before, when we first came into this townhome, we had a drop ceiling with a couple levels of coffer. We had a big peninsula shape that completely closed off the kitchen from the rest of the living area.
Yeah.
So I know that as a designer, people like to have that open concept feel. So the first thing that we did was rip open everything. We raised the ceiling, we turned the big peninsula into this really cool waterfall island.
It's beautiful.
And also, this is one of the first things you see when you come into the home. So we really wanted this to be a feature, a focal point, kind of like that big wow when you walk in.
Right.
It took us 8 weeks to complete this project. When we're dealing with fix and flip properties, it is in our best interest to move as quickly as possible to get the house turned around and put back on the market in order to sell and move on to the next project.
Well, I love all of the materials in here, April, because of the fact that it's very neutral. So I think you also wanted to appeal to a broader, range of potential buyers, but also there's sort of subtle influences to the location itself.
This blue quartz to bring in the water feel. We have a lot of northern buyers who come to Florida to buy real estate, either as a vacation home or retire here full time. So everybody wants that beach ocean feels.
Yeah, so before, this entire part here was closed.
Correct.
So it did feel, or make the kitchen feel more confined, even though this upper portion was still open.
Yeah, and the entrance was actually cut off. You had to go all the way around
Yeah.
in order to get into the kitchen.
Right. So functionally, it really wasn't that conducive to entertaining as well. And that's one of the things we look at in a vacation home or a retirement home is most of the time they're entertaining a lot. So we really want to create a nice entertaining space.
Well, it's a beautiful kitchen from the moment you walk in, so it certainly says wow and makes a great first impression, and that's really what you want the home to do, especially when it's an investment property.
Exactly.
Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, we discover hidden potential in this home renovation.
We're going to help this family replace their 5 sliding glass doors with new hurricane impact doors on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. When interior design and renovation experts come together, great things can happen. In this case, it's the husband and wife team of April and Joe Mondelli who really saw a diamond in the rough with this investment property. I think the biggest asset is, first of all, that it's beachfront, great location, and then everything else on the inside can totally be changed, obviously under your, keen eye, right? The focal point on the first level of this townhome is the kitchen. It makes a great first impression. Everything in this space has been completely updated, and the result is a sleek and functional area for gatherings and entertaining. April, how different is it designing for an investment property as opposed to shopping for a client that requires their approval for everything?
So when you design an investment property, although I don't have a client, I have an investor. So I do have to keep that in mind as far as budget. But for choices as far as color and look-wise, design style, I kind of create the client in my mind based on the location, the type of property it is. I kind of think about who is that buyer going to be. So for this particular home, I imagine it's probably a retired couple or a second home from maybe somewhere up north. They're coming here for a vacation.
And in this case, April, you were saying that you kept almost the same floor plan because I guess it helped that the plumbing was right there for the sink, but it looks completely different just by having a freestanding island with that beautiful, waterfall countertop. I love the speckles of blue that it has in here. It almost looks like sea glass.
Right.
And you were saying that is part of the inspiration behind the design.
Right. From the countertop, we took this blue color and brought it into the backsplash. So as you can see, it's a really modern glass subway tile, and instead of laying it on the 50-50, we stack it on top of each other for a more modern look.
I also love the cabinet style because you did a mixture of different, more traditional open doors, but then the more European hinges.
Right. A more high-end feel for a more imagined high-end client.
Right. The before of the flooring, I mean, you had like a mismatch of carpet with like dated tile.
Right.
And you need to really unify everything together.
Right. So when you use the same flooring throughout, it has a bigger feel in the space.
Yeah.
For this home, I wanted to use something that was modern, something that was durable because we're by the water.
Yeah.
So we found this large format porcelain tile. It's 2 foot by 4 foot. So it's a really large size, so you have less grout lines, which is better for maintenance.
Now, another key thing that I noticed with this remodel is that you created almost storage where there was none before. If I have you intrigued, we're gonna see that as soon as we come back and we hear what Renato from Florida Home Improvement Associates has for us today.
Like so many homes we see, this sliding glass door is really common in South Florida. The bronze aluminum frame, no hurricane protection, just a single pane glass. Didn't provide any energy efficiency. They weren't real happy with how the doors operated, open and close. It was really difficult to open. So it was just something they needed to change. They wanted the cosmetic change, and they certainly wanted better hurricane protection than what they had with these original sliding glass doors. Love when we get to the job site and we see that the vinyl zip wall is installed, because that's one thing that the homeowners really appreciate. Now that we have the original door out of the opening, important part of the process is inspecting what we have and what we have to do to ensure that the installation goes properly. We're gonna have to rebuild the framing of this opening so that it's wider and able to support the depth of the new sliding glass door frame. We're gonna probably have to pour some concrete along the bottom to prevent any water from getting in underneath the frame. And then the new vinyl frames will go in, and the new sliding glass doors, and I'm anxious to get out of the way so they can get it finished. I know the homeowners are gonna love it. They're still finishing up the installation on the other side of the house, but this sliding glass door is done and it looks fantastic. The homeowners have already expressed how much they enjoy how easy the door opens and closes. They've also recognized what great hurricane protection they're going to have going into this hurricane season, and the energy efficiency, the way the living room area is significantly more comfortable now that we have the Solar Max technology reflect all the heat away from the space. They've already seen a difference already in how much more comfortable it is in their family room. So they're going to enjoy these doors. I'm anxious to see how the rest gets finished up, and I know the family's going to love how everything turns out. Back to you, Martin.
Thank you, Tat. Okay, April, Joe, let's talk about this beautiful area behind me because it wasn't here before, right?
It was, but it wasn't.
Well, yeah, that's right. And this was probably one of the easier projects to complete. It just required removing one wall. We already had the electric there. And then it added a lot of value to the property. And I actually put my little design touch with the light, which
A little accent
April
lighting.
probably doesn't like. But
Did he step over your toes there?
I try and throw a little bit
Punch
here
it.
and there. Every once in a while, I throw something in.
So it was just basically storage, which,
Right.
you know, if you're lucky and you have a staircase like this, then at least you can take advantage of that square footage in there. But by opening it up, you give it a completely different function.
Right. I think we changed the function of it, but also made it a really nice wow factor focal point instead of an eyesore
Right.
with just a random door under the staircase, which is kind of a pet peeve of mine.
And we had plenty of storage here too, so it wasn't like we were losing anything.
I would describe this as kind of a multifunctional bar/serving area. You can store drinks in here, wine, soda. It's between the family room and the kitchen, so it's kind of an easier access than having to run from one room all the way to the other room.
Great for parties.
Exactly. So this is perfect for platters and food and entertaining.
And then I love how you also tied it into the look of the kitchen itself.
Right, exactly. So it's so close from one to the other. So by using the same countertop, the same backsplash, it really all ties together and appears larger.
Well, great job on this.
Thank you.
And kudos to Joe for the light fixture as well, the accent lighting. And we have so much more to see. Coming up next, stairs can be more than just a way to move from floor to floor. They can create an impact.
I'm Roger Losi with RE/MAX 5-Star Realty, and we are coming to you this week from beautiful Hallandale Beach, which is basically the backyard for two great condominium units that we're featuring this week. Parker Plaza is a 22-story building that rises from the shoreline on Hallandale Beach. It has all of the amenities you'd expect to find in a top-notch condominium. An expansive oceanfront pool deck with a big pool and hot tub, a barbecue area, and shuffleboard courts. Residents also have access to the private fitness center, where you'll find free weights and exercise machines. They even offer fitness classes for those who need a little extra motivation to get in shape. And after your workout, relax in the sauna. This is a great building for kids too. Check out that game room. And for the adults, there's a billiards room. Parker Plaza also has 24-hour security and valet service. The first unit in this building we're featuring this week is a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath condo on the 20th floor. This west-facing unit offers spectacular views of the Intracoastal Waterway and a front row seat to some breathtaking sunsets. This unit has been nicely updated with impact windows and doors and a gas range in the kitchen. The master bedroom has a big closet and lots of storage, and the master bath has a nice-sized walk-in shower. The unit also has a washer and dryer. This condo is move-in ready. The monthly maintenance fee is $843 and the asking price is $500,000. The other property we're featuring at Parker Plaza is on the 22nd floor. The sunsets from this penthouse unit will take your breath away. This is a 1-bedroom, 1.5-bath condominium that has been nicely remodeled to include granite countertops, tile and wood flooring, and impact windows. The kitchen also features a gas range, newer appliances, and lots of storage. The asking price here has just been reduced to $325,000. Are you thinking about putting your home up for sale? Now might be a good time because lower interest rates are luring more buyers into the market. Log on to my website, rogerlosi.com, and find out how my team and our marketing skills can give your property the attention it deserves.
Thank you, Roger. I love seeing those hot properties. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I would definitely say that this home qualifies as a big home project.
Yes.
Complete renovation, complete gut job. Now, we always say that kitchens and bathrooms sell a home. In this case, staircase is a big attraction, a big feature.
Right, exactly.
Well, for sure. I mean, the staircase was a big eyesore when we first walked in. It was wood pickets and very old. And that was one of the things we said, the first thing coming in, we need to change the staircase.
I think the first step is looking at the big renovations as a whole, if it needs a new roof, if it needs structural work, windows, doors, things like that. And then when we take care of those big structural things, then we know how much money we have for the kitchens, the bathrooms, and once we take care of that part of it, then we kind of set the budget, and then I design within that budget.
In terms of the look, how did you come with this unique feature? Because I love the glass, I love the wood, it's contemporary.
It's definitely a huge upgrade from the wood spindles from before. So we looked at a few different options for a modern staircase, different ways to do glass and different metal and different things. And within the budget, we found this really cool design and custom stained the rails to match the flooring that we put in on the stairs.
And the wood was actually less expensive than the metal.
So we wanted to add a little bit of a contrast to the taupe light polished tile on the floor. So we used waterproof wood, which is pretty new. It's been pretty big in the market, I'd say, for maybe just about 2 years. And for South Florida, it's just super durable.
And Joe was saying that he's taking full credit for this design.
Yeah,
Is that true?
yeah, he actually, he did find the right glass that fit in our budget.
Okay.
So again, that's kind of where we complement each other. Glass modern stairway, and he finds it.
Right, so you have the vision and then he makes it happen.
Yeah.
Well, again, great work. You guys make a great
Thank you.
team. However, we have more to see because we talked about, kitchens selling a home, and I think sort of on the same level would be
Bathrooms.
Yeah. And I heard the bathroom was a disaster
It definitely was.
based on the photos. Next on SoFlo Home Project, we head upstairs to explore the transformation of the bathrooms on the second level of this townhome. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. If you're just joining us, April Mondelli is an interior designer. Her husband, Joe Mondelli, is a renovation expert. And combined, they're able to see beyond the mess of a home, a dated home for that matter, and really see its true potential. That was the case with this investment property, beachfront. So again, the location was there, and with your expertise, you're able to change the way the home looks inside. We already toured the downstairs, and now we're in the master bath suite area. On the second level, we find the updated bedrooms and bathrooms. The most impressive part of this renovation is the master bathroom.
This was one of the biggest transformations, I would say, besides the kitchen. The ceiling was falling down. When
Yeah.
you walked in, it was literally scary.
Was there like a roof leak, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a brand new roof now, so there was.
Wow.
For sure.
So that I'm sure, was a good portion of the budget as well.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the bigger items, cost-wise.
We did a little reconfiguring of the space. So before we had his and her separate vanities on opposite sides, we had a small shower and a small closet. So we kind of ripped everything out and reconfigured a little bit to have one big shower and one big vanity. So you have lots of storage and counter space, and I feel like it's a lot more functional now.
Absolutely. I mean, it amazes me how you still have the same square footage, but the space planning was key to completely transform this bathroom.
Again, I think it's also the time period. This was built in the 90s. Now we have different glass, right? So before where they might not have had this capability of doing this freestanding glass this way, now we can, so it's much more open and just luxurious.
I have noticed with all of your bathrooms, including the powder room downstairs, the guest bathroom down the hall, every space has a unique vessel sink.
I would say at a certain level, a certain price point, people expect certain things.
Yeah.
So you want to give them what they're looking for. In here, we really made these sinks the stars of the entire bathrooms.
And I think the cobalt blue, especially again, the coastal inspiration being beachfront, it just ties in that whole water element. So you do feel like you're on vacation even inside the house too.
Right, hopefully.
That's
the
what you
goal.
want.
So was it all roses working together?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, always when we're doing the budget, when we're doing the shopping, that's when we really butt heads. Where, it's just
It's the investor versus the designer.
Yeah.
the investor.
struggle.
Yeah, exactly. I have
That's
that.
like a show.
I have that
That's a show
mentality.
right there.
Yeah.
Concept.
We always make it work, but If there is an item that comes up that I would have to take the blame for it. As the person doing the work.
Happy
As
wife,
long as
happy
it's-
life.
Yeah, that's right.
How it works.
Well, thank you again for being on SoFlo Home Project. Second time for you,
Thanks
first
for
time for
having me.
you.
Thanks for
Great,
Thank you for
great
having us.
project, great renovation.
Thank you.
And we wish you the best of luck getting that buyer in here.
Yes.
We appreciate
To really enjoy this beautiful work that you both created. To all the viewers, we thank you for watching. This is SoFlo Home Project, only on Local 10. See you next weekend. If you missed any part of this home tour or you're looking for more design inspiration, check out previous episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. There you can also submit your own design disaster that needs my help. You never know, soon I could be knocking on your front door. Next week on SoFlo Home Project, we show you how to create amazing living artwork by way of beautiful, succulent arrangements that require very little maintenance.